see, so it's not a good day today, guys, see, for my farming thing. So I realized that I'm gonna finish my valance curtain, guys, see. And also I have my tassels here. You will wonder, where did I learn my sewing skills? Well, when I was growing up, I saw my mom. We have a sewing machine, and I saw my mom that she's accepting dresses to be altered, to be repaired. You know, well, I was maybe in my second grade, third grade. So that's where I've learned that, oh, my mom can sew. So that makes me realize that, oh, maybe I would love to be a seamstress when I'm growing up. Because when I look at her doing it, and she's having fun with it. And that's how I realized, guys, see, that growing up as a poor kid, it's very tough. Well, it's already given if you're in the Philippines. I love my country, okay? But I was in the province, and at the young age, or maybe when I'm my 4th grade, 5th grade, I knew how to do the household chores, because that's where we are trained to do every day. So we are trained. So at the age of 9 or 10, that's where I became a perfect housemaid in the house. So I get up early, and I remember that our kitchen outside, it's high. So I have to get a chair so I will be able to climb. And from there, I'm just gonna do all of the cooking and stay there until the food, especially the rice, will cook. Afterwards, guys, see, we don't do playing much, because I guess my parents, they were terror. I guess they are the terror people I've ever knew in this world. Okay, guys, see, so I will be attaching this first, the tassel, so I'm going to, so it would look good. But I'm not gonna go there. I'm not gonna go there because it's just a sad thing to remember. So, and then I have a friends next to my house, our neighbors. They have lots of siblings as well, and they are also poor. All of the neighborhood living in the province are poor. And you cannot see well-lived people there. It's all poor. But the good thing about it is, being poor, guys, see, you gotta learn lots of things, different things in life, that it might be, that I knew that I'm not gonna be crying when times get rough. I was right because of the experience, okay? You cannot cry because you've been there. It's your thing. You've been doing that over and over again. So it's not new for me. It's not new for me to do all of these things, poor thing, sad thing, unhappy things, vulnerability. So that's the thing is, so I guess I'm really prepared for everything. Put the insult to the injury. You are poor, and most of my friends actually didn't go to college, didn't even finish their high school, So they married early, guys, here, and that's how I realized I'm not gonna be like that, because I cannot keep living this miserable life, then get married, having lots of children, and then I'm gonna inherit it, what I have to my children. It's not gonna happen. For me, even though I'm not that smart kid in school, okay? I never have a good grades. I always like 74, 75. And I guess my teacher, I had passed because of maybe I don't have any absent at all. Or if I have absent, it's just a minimal. So actually, I was just passed from the class because of maybe almost perfect attendance. Yeah, it's very sad, guys. Well, because if you're growing up poor, guys, the food is you're always hungry, okay? You always want food. I mean, that's all that the kids wanting every day is to eat good food. And we don't have that much. For the 4 siblings that I have, the jealousy, the rivalry, it's been there. And I think it's very normal for all of us having lots of siblings. And sad to say that all of my neighbors, when I was growing up, I saw them like they thought that they could get away from miserability, the vulnerability, the things that they get away from it. So that's how they start having a family, have a husband, and then later on it turns out that they are far more worse than they were single, So, and aside from that, guys, your parents really could not afford you to send you to school, especially that only the men are working here. So the wife should stay home, taking care of the family, the children, the husband, and all. And if you have lots of siblings, you cannot afford to send your children to school. You cannot even afford for food and clothing. And yeah, that was my jealousy before, because, you know, I can compare between us and the other family who has only 2 children. So they have he had the same job as my father, but the good thing about them, they're the only 2 children, you know. So they came to our house and they bring their own food, and we are jealous while they're eating in front of us, and they will not give us, you know. they just keep eating, and they let us jealous, you know, while they're eating. And oh boy, guys, see, that was the, you know, when they're chewing and then you start swallowing with your saliva with it while they're chewing the food, and you look at them and you're also chewing with your saliva. Yeah, that was the tough experience, guys, see, that I've been through in my childhood. And to think that my parents, they are not loving. I mean, worse than ever parents, I think. So of course we went to school. Sometimes our tummy's hungry, you know, but we just have to go to school because that's requires. Yeah. So, and then there's another thing. When we arrive in school, we don't have anything. Like, we don't have penny for something to buy, you know, in school after the recess. And then the kids, the children, they're just having fun. They're excited because they have lots of pesos. Well, I don't. It's just so bad. So bad. Yeah, one day, I had a friend and I asked money from her. I mean, I tried to lend money from her, okay? And she lent me like 25 cents, 25 centavo here. And that was, maybe it cost like around, for this time, maybe it's around 100 peso. But at that time, during my time, was only 25 centavos. And that 25 centavos, guys, see, it was a lot of money. So she lent me 25 centavos. So I bought bread and some other things. And guess what? I could not pay. I could not pay it because I have no money to pay it. Yeah, so she kept asking me for the payment and I can't. And what she did, guys, see, she hired a hoodlum neighbors of hers. Like, there are a grown-up bully kids in her neighborhood. And since that we passed through to her neighborhood, guys, see, those bully kids, guys, see, was there, you know. And what happened was, I was just like underneath the houses, using the way to those underneath. There's a house there, guys, see, and the house there's elevated with the pillars there, 4 pillars, and then that's the floor. So somebody can get in there, you know, somebody can pass through there because since we're little, by their underneath of the floor, the house is there. So that's where I'm not using the road at all because those bully kids, like there are 3 or 4 of them, they were waiting for me to pay to their neighbors. And since that I could not pay to them, they will beat me to death, I think, if they will catch me. Yeah, so what I did, I'm not using the road to pass through going to school. I'm just using those houses underneath, those houses floors, you know. And there's a lot of dogs barking at me. Well, I was little, so I can just easily pass through to those houses. So that's really I don't know if it's sad or, you know, good story. And then, I don't even remember, guys, see that I have a toys. I don't remember if I have a dolls, like ugly dolls. And then there was when going to the school, guys, see, I have a neighbor. Like, she throws her dolls and to the roof. And that roof, guys, see, it's above the road. Like, you know, if I have a pool, I can just get it using the pole or a stick, you know. So one day, guys, see, when I passed by to that road, guys, see, I saw that broken doll with no hands and I can only see the head. And what I did, guys, see, you know what, guys, see, if you're a poor kids, you wanna do everything, to get that doll, the broken doll. So what I did, guys, see, I get up early in the morning. That's the thing that I could not forget. I get up early in the morning, guys, see, I get to try to steal that broken dolls that they throw on the roof. So I have my stick with me. Yeah, but it happens, guys, when I arrive there in the middle of the night, guys, I guess that would be 1 a.m., 2 a.m. I don't remember, but nobody's there. I was alone. Try to get that doll, and then guess what? When I arrived there, the doll wasn't there anymore. And you know what, guys? I've been crying going back home because I've been walking so far away to get it, and it just turns out that the doll wasn't there anymore. So I went back to sleep broken-hearted, so broken that I was just crying that when I'm gonna have to have a doll. So there's a lot of things going on, guys. See, if you're poor here in the Philippines, and if you have nothing, not even clothing, not even food. So that's why I said to myself, guys, see, I could not be doing like that forever. I mean, I have to change my life not to be like that anymore. So that's why, guys, see, luckily when we grow up, guys, see, we left that neighborhood. We moved to another province, guys, see, it's around maybe 4 hours to ride, or 5 hours from the others for the south going to the north, because my mom, she wants to go back to school. And actually, guys, she finished her education education. Like she was a teacher. She used to be a teacher. Yeah, but because she finished her college, and that's where I started. I remember that I was in my first 7th grade. Yeah, I was in my 7th grade, and that's where I get up early in the morning, and that's where I really a perfect household maid. Because I get up, all the ones taking care of the house, the cooking, and all. So actually at the younger age, I was a very responsible. It's in my blood already. Yeah, so my auntie and my uncle, I think they were like amazed at how good kid I was. I was a good kid, guys, I'm telling you. The only thing that really breaks me down, because we are just poor and the love wasn't there, the appreciation wasn't there. So that really makes me so heartbroken as a kid. But honestly, guys, see, I was the hard-working kid you could ever imagine to have. Yeah, so that's the reality of life if you are a poor children here in the Philippines. And it's so nice. It's so nice if you're poor and you get the love that you need. Yeah, that would be no more complaining if you get the love. But if you don't have, so that really makes me of who I am today. Like I don't want the children to be like me when they grow up. I want them to feel like the love and the care from their parents. So even if they're poor, they don't have food to eat, as long as the parents filled them with so much love, I guess that's more than enough as a kid to ask for. Yeah, the things that I don't have that much, and unfortunately, but it would not define me when I was growing up to be a loser, or to do less than the rich kid, okay? Because that's in my mind already that I could not be a poor forever. I have to do what it takes. I have to do the right thing with my life. So it would not be a recycle to the becoming generation. So tough life, guys, see, it's already given. But it's up to you how to handle it. You know, how to change it for yourself, not to feel sorry about everything what you have, but to embrace that when I am poor, I am ready to tackle all of the problems ahead of me, because I know that I've been there and I am who I am. You know, I've been doing the same thing as I did as when I was a kid. Yeah, nothing's really changed, except at least I can afford a little bit of clothing because I can make them. You know, I can do my jewelry because I made them. I know how to make my bling bling. I know how to sew. So I guess that makes me of a winner rather than a loser. And I know that there would be lots of problems ahead of me, but now I knew that it's easy for me to tackle them because I'm ready and prepared for it. Yes, guys, see, so don't expect that if you're poor here in the Philippines, you have to be a loser because you're poor. Not really, guys, see, because there's a lot of poor kids here. They finish their college, they have a loving parents, and the parents they're able to send their kids because they love their kids to the school, have a good life, and live happily ever after. Yeah, so being a poor people here in the Philippines is not really everyone's a loser. There's really a lot of a good story, a successful story behind from being poor, guys, see, and I'm one of them. Thank you, guys, see. So I think I have to go, and see you next time. Don't forget to like and subscribe and leave comments and hit the notification below. I love you, guys, see, and goodbye. See you.